Welcome back to the Beef and BArnzy channel. I am, of course, BArnzy, and this time we're coming to you with the Roto-Grip Rockstar. This thing is 248050 Nanostar Tech, solid, reactive, whatever. It's finished at 2000. I have a taller one that I've used on tour. I actually had the high block on the 45-foot pattern with this ball. I drilled this one last night, shot 300 the first game out of the box with it. So hey, as usual, we're going to see on the lane, and we're here at the ITRC. Let's see what's out here. Still plenty of hook on the gutter. I think there's some very similar characteristics. You'll see, you've seen some of these balls before. This is a middle strong, kind of in the lineup. I would probably put it in the medium control range, but it has a lot of continuation. So that one's Brooklyn. We'll move like, I don't know, 10 left or so. And this is whatever the house shot here at the ITRC. So there's a pretty good puddle in the middle and some hook to the right. So we'll try and do the best job I can of throwing some shots in the oil, in the dry, to the wet dry, so you can kind of see how it might relate for you. This drilling is 4.5 by 4 by 4. So pin down right underneath the bridge. And really it's meant to be a complement to the one I have on tour already. We get it over there, the dry comes off of it pretty good. All right, we kind of know what's going on. I'm gonna throw one a little bit straighter. Just say we're trying to see it like what everybody wants to see. It's got a little response to it. So even with a low pin drilling and it's low RG symmetrical, we say that finish at 2000. This ball has some pretty good response. It's giving me some pretty good kind of Phaze 2-ish vibes. I'm digging it. So move a little further left, still throw it fairly straight. Wow, that didn't even really get to the dry and still rolled out of it. That's really good news. So like I said, I shot 300 with the first game in league and over at Louisville, which is, I don't have a ton of those in that place. So that's it's not quite the ho-hum thing that it is for some people. Well, let's move left here. All right, got it in the oil a little bit, got it out to the dry, but a little bit late. Didn't really struggle with it too much. We'll move even further left and a little slower and see what happens. That didn't get out of the puddle. Yeah. So left, but didn't get it to too much of the dry there. Low RG symmetrical. This should be pretty good. Middle ball, the middle of the bag type of ball. We won't get all the oil off of it this time. And let's see what it does now. Well, that's in the soup too. No, it did roll off of it. Well, you want to know an example of why you wipe the oil off your ball? That's it right there. The only difference between those two shots was really got the oil off of it, and then the second time they rolled through it. Let's add a little rotation. See if it makes things better or worse. Got a little deep in the pattern there, got in behind it. Let's throw it up against a couple of other balls. You know what, we'll start with a Sublime Focus. So the pin in this case is in the middle finger, so it's about a 1/2 inch weaker, but otherwise the same. And it's about a 1/2 inch closer to the variable axis line. So it's 5 by 4 by maybe 3.5. And we'll throw it from about the same part of the lane. Rolled through it pretty good there. This one at 2,000, the Focus actually has 1,000 on it, as it's been used on tour and been adjusted accordingly. Throw this one a little slower, see what it looks like. And so it's a little bit earlier. This ball, the Rockstar, I think is probably a little bit cleaner than the Focus. And I think it comes off of it just a little bit harder. Throw one up so you can see it for yourself. It's definitely cleaner. Good to know. Let's throw it up against a Zen 25. This is going to be drilled a little bit stronger. It's not as apples to apples as I would like to be. This is a 4.5 by 4 by 2.5. And it's way cleaner, and that's where I would expect it to be. That Zen 25, it's got a polished cover on it. So in general, I think it is cleaner. This ball is gonna fit in between Sublime Focus. We can throw one more in here, this Physics Blackout, a taller pin, 5 by 4 by 2.5. And we'll stay in the same spot just for, so you can see. And that one's both earlier and it's pretty responsive. So the Physics Blackout will be probably the strongest of this bunch that we have here. The Focus would be second. This is gonna fit in the middle with the Zen 25 fitting after that. And so the things that this will allow you to do, allow you to play in the middle of this line. This is a great benchmark type ball that I think is very versatile. I think you can play left with it. I think you can play right with it. And I think you can allow some pieces to come off of it. So you have the Zen 25 underneath it. Origin will be a little bit stronger than this. But I love how this ball goes through the pins. And it's done that. It did that on 45 feet on the Dick Weber pattern in Springfield, and at Louisville on the house pattern, and places here. The only problem I've had with it is when I get it too deep with it. Other than that, it's been really, really good. Again, I'll throw it slow, match it up the right way, and see how we do. This one could be that middle of the bag Phase 2 replacement we've been looking for quite a while. This one is out now. It's available in your pro shops as we speak. I hate to really compare some of these balls to the best balls of all time with the Phase 2 and like high roads and things like that, but this ball is already in my bag. This second one is already going in my bag, and we'll be going out to the World Series here shortly. Available now, 248 Solar RG, symmetrical, nanotech solid, nano something solid. So it's one of the middle covers. I think it's very smooth, it's very predictable. I think it handles transition well. I've used it from 5th, 6th arrow. I've used it from second and third arrow from the track. I think you can use it throwing it straight and all the things in the middle. I think it rolls out of the oil pretty good and it blends out the dry. So this ball is out now, Rockstar from Roto Grip. Definitely Beef and Barnzy approved. If you like this, anything else, like and subscribe. And as usual, if you like any of the Cool Wick jerseys that I wear, or the rest of us wear, go to coolwick.com, put in Barnzy10 and get a 10% discount. Thanks for watching. See you next time.